We often think of the cosmos as a vast and empty place, a serene expanse where nothing much happens. But that's far from the truth. The universe is a dynamic, ever-changing entity, filled with energy and motion. Stars are born and die, galaxies collide, and black holes consume everything in their path. It's a place of constant activity and sometimes violent interactions. But collisions happen, sometimes with spectacular results. These cosmic events can be both beautiful and terrifying, a reminder of the immense forces at play in the universe. They can create new stars, new planets, and even new galaxies, but they can also cause destruction on an unimaginable scale. I once experienced such a collision right here on Earth. It wasn't on the grand scale of the cosmos, but it was a moment that left a lasting impact on me. It was a collision that reminded me of the fragility of our own existence and how quickly things can change. It wasn't a planet or a star, but a rogue frisbee that threw my own personal cosmos into disarray. It was a simple, everyday object, but in that moment it felt like a meteorite crashing into my world. The frisbee, spinning through the air, seemed to defy the laws of physics as it zeroed in on me. It was a sunny afternoon, the kind that begs for outdoor activity. The sky was clear, the sun was shining, and the park was filled with the sounds of laughter and play. It was the perfect day to be outside, enjoying the simple pleasures of life. A group of us were tossing a frisbee in the park, caught up in the simple joy of the game. We were laughing, running, and enjoying the camaraderie that comes with shared activity. The frisbee flew back and forth, a symbol of our carefree afternoon. Suddenly, a rogue throw came hurtling towards me. It was unexpected, a moment of chaos in an otherwise peaceful day. I saw it out of the corner of my eye, a blur of motion that was rapidly closing in on me. I turned just in time to see it, the disc spinning like a miniature galaxy, before it collided with my head. The impact was sudden and jarring, a sharp pain that radiated through my skull. It was as if the universe had decided to remind me of its unpredictable nature. The impact sent a shockwave through me. I stumbled, my vision blurring as I tried to process what had just happened. It was a moment of disorientation, a sudden shift from the joy of the game to the harsh reality of pain. It wasn't the Big Bang, but it was enough to give me my first and hopefully last concussion. The days that followed were a blur of headaches, dizziness, and a newfound appreciation for the fragility of the human body. It was a reminder that just like the cosmos, our own lives are filled with moments of unexpected collision and change. We often think of our brains as the control center of our very own personal cosmos. This intricate organ, weighing just about 3 pounds, is responsible for everything we do, think, and feel. It is the seat of our consciousness, the repository of our memories, and the engine of our creativity. And like the cosmos itself, the brain is a delicate and complex system. It consists of billions of neurons, each connected by synapses, forming an intricate network that processes information at lightning speed. These connections are constantly changing, adapting, and evolving, much like the ever-expanding universe. A concussion is a type of traumatic brain injury that disrupts the normal function of the brain. This disruption can be caused by a blow to the head, a fall, or any sudden jolt that causes the brain to move rapidly within the skull. The impact can cause chemical changes in the brain and sometimes stretch and damage brain cells. Imagine it like this: the impact shakes the brain like a sudden tremor on a distant planet. Just as a planet's surface can be disrupted by seismic activity, the brain's delicate structure can be disturbed by the force of an impact. This shaking can lead to a cascade of effects that ripple through the brain's intricate network. This shaking can stretch and damage brain cells, disrupting the way they communicate with each other. Neurons, which are the brain's communication cells, rely on precise connections to transmit signals. When these connections are disrupted, it can lead to a range of symptoms, from headaches and dizziness to more severe cognitive and emotional issues. It's a temporary disruption, but its effects can be far-reaching. Recovery from a concussion can take time, and the brain needs to heal properly to restore its normal function. During this period, it's crucial to rest and avoid activities that could cause another injury. Understanding the impact of concussions is essential for protecting our most vital organ and ensuring our personal cosmos remains in balance. The immediate aftermath of my cosmic collision was a symphony of strange sensations. It was as if the universe itself had decided to play a dissonant tune, each note resonating through my very being. I could feel the vibrations of this cosmic melody in every cell of my body, a haunting reminder of the collision that had just occurred. The world around me seemed to shift, as if I were suddenly viewing it through a telescope that wouldn't quite focus. Objects that were once familiar now appeared distorted and alien. The edges of my vision blurred, and I struggled to make sense of the shapes and forms that danced before my eyes. It was a surreal experience, as if reality itself was slipping through my fingers. A ringing started in my ears, a high-pitched whine like a distant satellite signal. This incessant noise seemed to pierce through the very fabric of my thoughts, making it difficult to concentrate on anything else. It was as if the universe was trying to communicate with me through this relentless sound, a message that I couldn't quite decipher. I felt dizzy and disoriented, like an astronaut experiencing their first moments of weightlessness. My sense of balance was completely thrown off, and I found myself stumbling as I tried to regain my footing. Each step felt uncertain, as if the ground beneath me was shifting and unstable. It was a disconcerting sensation, one that left me feeling vulnerable and exposed. The world swam before my eyes, a dizzying kaleidoscope of light and color. Brilliant hues and patterns swirled together in a mesmerizing dance, creating a visual spectacle that was both beautiful and overwhelming. It was as if I was peering into the very heart of the cosmos, witnessing the birth and death of stars in a single, breathtaking moment. These were my brain's way of telling me that something was wrong, that the delicate balance of my internal cosmos had been disrupted. My mind struggled to process the flood of sensory information, each signal clashing with the next in a chaotic symphony. It was a stark reminder of the fragility of our existence, and the intricate dance of neurons and synapses that keep us grounded in reality. In that moment, I realized that the collision had not only affected the physical world around me, but had also sent shockwaves through the very core of my being. Many people believe that a concussion always involves losing consciousness, a complete blackout like a star winking out of existence. But this isn't always the case. In fact, many concussions occur without any loss of consciousness at all. It's like a small meteoroid hitting a planet's atmosphere. It might create a bright flash and some surface disturbance, but it doesn't necessarily knock the planet off its axis. Similarly, a concussion can cause a range of symptoms from mild to severe, even without causing a complete loss of consciousness. After my cosmic collision, I found myself navigating the complex nebula of the medical world. Doctors poked and prodded, shining bright lights in my eyes and asking me a series of questions designed to assess my cognitive function. It was like being on a strange and unfamiliar planet, surrounded by alien technology and procedures. But it was a necessary journey, for it allowed medical professionals to assess the extent of the disturbance in my own personal cosmos. They confirmed what I already suspected. I had indeed suffered a concussion. Sometimes the effects of a concussion linger like a comet's tail, long after the initial impact. This is known as post-concussion syndrome. For some, it's a few weeks of headaches and dizziness. For others, it can mean months or even years of struggling with fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and sensitivity to light and noise. It's like the aftershocks of an earthquake, ripples of disruption that continue to be felt long after the initial tremor. Just as the universe needs periods of quiet to recover and regenerate, so too does the brain after a concussion. Rest is not simply recommended, it's essential. It's like giving a shaken snow globe time for the flakes to settle, allowing the brain to heal and restore its delicate balance. This means avoiding activities that require intense concentration or physical exertion. It also means giving yourself permission to slow down, to prioritize sleep, and to engage in activities that promote relaxation and reduce stress. Recovering from a concussion can be a long and winding journey, like navigating through a vast and uncharted region of space. But there is hope. With time, rest, and the right care, the brain can heal. The fog will lift, the stars will come back into focus, and the universe will once again feel like a place of wonder and possibility. So keep looking up, fellow travelers. The cosmos is vast, and so is the capacity of the human brain to heal and adapt.